We're going to call Kelly and Kathy and hear their story. Hey, Kelly and Kathy, why don't you tell us your story?
I am Kathy. Kelly has been started out by giving me massages, and a lot of my issue is that my hips were not even. So when I walked, I had constant pain in both my left and right hip. And that eventually went down my legs and into my feet, my knees and feet. Since then, I am able to, first of all, I wasn't able to really exercise much. So I had to cut back on my exercise just because it hurt to run, it hurt to do any type of burpees, plank jacks, anything like that, just because of my hips. So when she started working with me, I was feeling relief, and it was sticking. It wasn't instant pain the next day again. Able to run, felt great running again. Do my Going to classes, doing challenging myself and workout again. Those are things I had not been able to do for a few years. So for me, it's kind of giving me my life back, my life that I wanted by bicycling. I did RAGBRAI last year. Last July, was able to do all these things that I was never able to do before that. That limited me.
Wow, that's awesome. So, how many treatments did it take?
We did 5 or 6 treatments of L3 according to her symptom. I worked on just hip, and she said hip and knee. So we did L3, and that seemed to alleviate a lot of her symptoms, the throbbing and pounding that she was talking about. And then it was pretty successful. But then she said, sometimes when I stand up, my feet hurt. And I said, huh. So I did a postural analysis on her, and it showed S1. So then we did about 4 or 5 S1 treatments, and within that time period, she was getting better and better and better. Um, After about the 6th time of S1, she said, well, I do still have just a little bit in my knees. So I said, well, okay, let's do a combination. We did an L3 and an S1. And since we've done that, that seemed to be the magic. That was the ticket.
Oh, wow, that's good. So, how long did you have this issue?
19, 20 years ago.
So, on a pain scale, this is always the hard one, right? On a pain scale, if zero's none and 10 was the worst, where were you for that, a number of years or a number?
I would say between 8 and 10, it depending on the day.
When where are you at now? Like, how often do you get treated?
So usually Kelly and I meet about every 2 to 3 weeks. We'll do like we'll start our before we do our massage. We'll start that. She'll treat me for that, and then what's I've noticed is when she treats me for that, instead of having to do a tough massage to loosen me up, it's more of a relaxing massage because all she's had to do is kind of like go back there for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, do that treatment, and then I have the rest of my time to actually enjoy my massage.
Nice. So, are you now going like between the treatments? Are you going pretty much pain free?
I'm pretty much pain free. Sometimes I do have situations where I'm tight or tense, but I try to do the things that she's taught me or things I've learned from her to try and relieve that pain.
Yeah. So this is all new to Kathy because she's been a client of mine for what, 5 or 6 years, and I would just come and pound on her, basically do a lot of deep work, moving her muscles, and trying to get it worked out. And her hips would always be uneven, every time I came, and so I just would keep working on her, and it was pretty much pretty intense sessions. So this, I think it means a lot to her for me to be able to come and do a 15-minute treatment, and then get her on the table, and she's actually able to enjoy her massages.
Oh,
With
that's really
God, she has fixed me. I'm telling you, this is I swear by this. I am so pleased with it. So I'm able to do the things I've not been able to do in a long time.
that's awesome. And that was going to be my next question was are you happy that you got this treatment?
So yes, absolutely. It's really helped me a lot. So for instance, I work at a hospital, so a lot of times I go down 9 floors, and I'm determined I'm not going to give up. So going down those 9 floors are a heck of a lot easier now, or even going up them than they were before. I don't have the grinding of my hips or the unevenness of my hips anymore like I used to. So that's definitely made a big, huge improvement for me.
the MYK system has allowed me to, well, it's allowed me to give Kathy's life back. You know, she would constantly, every time I would come, how you doing, Kathy? Oh, my hips hurt, my back hurts, my knee hurts, everything hurts. I hate life, you know, pretty much. And you know, now every time I see her, she's like, "Oh yeah, can you do that MYK stuff on me?" So I do it, and after that, she's like, "Oh, I feel great." So it really is amazing, you know, just a couple minutes of treatment, and it just makes a world of difference.
What a great story. If you would like to experience a difference in your life, here's Kelly's information.